You come to New York and it's like, will that ever happen? And I was really fortunate because my first job was at Radio City with the Rockettes.
That's a fierce first job.
Yeah, it was a pretty fierce job. A lot of people make assumptions, like going back to you're married to, you know, a pop artist.
Yes.
And this is why you're here. You're going to listen.
Because it was new and you're proving a
Yes,
point.
and you're proving a point. You're proving yourself. I think what's different now is
it's me, Tracy, and when I get on the mic, you know we about to have a good time tonight. Real talk, real growth, that's a fact. So go ahead now, sit back and relax. Hanging with us, you'll see that nothing is impossible, because together we become unstoppable. You know that taking action is the objective, so get ready for the Breakthrough Collective.
This is the Breakthrough Collective, where your story matters, your courage counts, and your next chapter starts now. Today, I am talking with Lea Lachey, a creative force who has spent decades working her magic behind the scenes, from our first meetup in the iconic Missy Elliott video to choreographing for 98 Degrees and films and just co-creating Labelless. She is letting the kids have it. And so I am so happy and so proud to introduce her to you guys. Lea.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. And then also you forgot best friend in that.
See, we got to get it together. Should I do it over? No.
You can. You can.
You should. You probably should.
Listen,
get it right. Get it right.
Well, I'm excited to do this because, I mean, first of all, we spend so much time on your couch.
Yes.
Or on the phone.
And now this is my couch.
And now, yes.
Well, if this is my couch, right?
Yeah, this is your couch. But this is just going to be, you know, easy.
Yeah, easy.
Sharing.
So before we dive in, is there anything that you want to say to the audience?
Oh my gosh. Just in general?
In general.
I mean, I feel like I love what you're doing because I believe that people have multiple chapters in their lives. So I think what's exciting is that, you know, you don't want to just pigeonhole yourself into one area.
Yeah.
And we're so many things. And so I think this is really cool.
Yeah. And I think that's what people believe. Like even when I was young, it's like, you have to pick this one thing. But
absolutely.
So many of us have a creative eye and a creative mind, and we want to do so many things, and we don't want to be limited.
Don't be limited.
Be limitless, I tell you. Okay, so we met
100 years ago.
105 years ago, doing Missy Elliott's The Rain, Supa Dupa Fly.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know if that was her first or second video, because she did the two.
She was newer on the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're taking you back to 1997. Yes. And when we were doing it, and literally they put rain on us. We had the makeup on, the makeups. Anyway, we looked great though. And so while we were filming, and it was like a 2 or 3 day shoot.
It was long.
And she was like, my boyfriend is in this group and it's called 98 Degrees. Yes. It was like, it's 98 Degrees. And we were like, where is she talking?
And you were like, who's that? Lies. You said she's lying.
Meanwhile, like a year later.
And they blew up.
Yeah. And
then you said, where'd that girl go?
Right. And we totally got along like immediately.
Yeah.
And then I want to say a few years later, I get a call from Cindy. I think it was Cindy. And she was like, who was amazing. We love her. So, and she said, hey, do you remember Lea from the video? You know, and I was like, yeah.
So funny.
And she said, she's choreographing for 98 Degrees now. Do you want to go on tour? And I was like, yeah. When's the audition? She was like, you don't have to audition. You just
we're letting you in the club. We're letting you in the club.
I love so a fun book.
It's such a fun time.
God, the good times were had by all.
But I have to share something on that Missy Elliott video.
Yeah.
One of the things that I remember and was a huge takeaway for me, you know, I was newer to the city. Well, I was in the city and then I went to LA for a little bit and then I came back.
Yeah.
I loved that you empowered me, I don't know if you know this, to have a voice.
Do tell.
Well, lean in.
Ow.
You and Nadine were the voices on that set when stuff wasn't going the way it should go.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. But I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But it was just, you know, dancers have to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys stepped up and you said, you know, wait, one, we need breaks.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. And then also it had to do with the costume, if you recall.
No, I don't.
And it was just kind of like, we're not doing that.
Oh, choreography wise, or
Yeah, it was a little choreography wise, but also
so just so you know, we
costume.
had on men's underwear. It was a cute. It was a cute costume. It was a cute.
No, it was
concept.
adorable.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think we had on Tim's
And all
men's
white with the
underwear.
raincoats over.
Raincoats over, yeah.
But I want to say they tried to go down a different road, and the two of you were like,
yeah,
no.
Okay.
And what I liked about that was, you have to stick up for yourself in this business.
Yeah.
And you can do it in a respectful way. And you guys did it in a very respectful way. And people listened. And then we all felt comfortable.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Oh, okay. I love it. And that was Lorianne, I think.
Yeah.
Lorianne,
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, wonderful.
She listens, so
yeah.
I love that. Should we just get
into it, girl?
We're moving forward.
Okay, moving forward.
Okay. What stands out most to you about that time, back when you were in New York dancing, and did you already see yourself moving toward a bigger creative role?
Okay.
Or were you just like, I'm just going to be a dancer?
So ready for this long-winded answer?
Oh,
so ever since I was little, and I think everyone kind of has this story, but for me, I would play my parents' records, and it was Michael Jackson and Billy Joel. I mean, you name it, Prince, it was everything. And I would choreograph in the living room, probably at nauseum. I mean, it was like, Mom, Dad, come in, and you have to watch another show that I've done. So
wait, did you make
all of
Nicholas?
it? I was
make Nicholas?
Oh, my brother, yes.
Younger brother.
Yes, my younger brother was every role in everything, which is what now my daughter does with my son, so I find that funny. But no, I think that choreography, it spoke to me from a very young age. And then I went to performing arts school, and I was able to kind of like dive more into that.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it was always at the back of my mind. But, you come to New York, and it's like, will that ever happen? And I was really fortunate because my first job was at Radio City with the Rockettes.
That's a fierce first job.
Yeah, it was a pretty fierce job.
Yeah.
first job. But then I think it was like 3 or 4 years in, I moved up to assistant choreographer. So then what happens is when somebody has that faith in you at that young age, then you are empowered, here we go again, to step up. I was terrified.
I can imagine.
Terrified at, I think it was 22 when I...
And already assistant choir.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I think it was exciting, but you have to kind of, you got to step in. You got to take up that space. And now when I'm teaching, I say that very often. Take up your space. You're allowed to step forward and have a voice.
Yes.
And I think that there were wonderful people along the way that opened those doors for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just when you said that, it reminded me, because I mean, I feel like when I was younger, I would take up space, but also whenever I would be rehearsing, I always stood in the back. One, I felt like it was easier for me to learn the choreography because I could see everything. But also, I stayed in the back. Like even though I was shorter, they weren't like, "Oh yeah, Tracy comes." Like sometimes, like
they're like,
Missy Elliott, I'm in the back.
Short girls to the front.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, even with that, I would say, make sure that you push forward. I was always in the room, but I was okay with just being in the back, which was fine for me. But
that's your process, though.
Yes,
that's how you learn.
I think that, like you said, be in the space and even probably move forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move forward.
Look
at that. Look at that. It's a theme.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've built this incredible career behind the scenes. Was there a specific project or moment where you thought to yourself, I don't just want to execute someone else's vision, I want to create my own?
Yeah. I mean, for me, the beginning of all of that was probably choreographing for 98 Degrees and having enough chutzpah to say, I mean, and this is something that I always like to share too, that I think people immediately are like, well, you are married to Drew, so of course
but you weren't the initial choreographer.
No.
Right.
And in fact, he did not know, nor did the guys, that I had called the manager just a gutsy 23-year-old.
Yeah.
I was
You're
reading.
like, hilarious.
Yes, yes. I was reading the book The Artist's Way, which I
Oh,
highly recommend for everyone to
yes.
do multiple times in their life.
Yes.
It's wonderful and brilliant. And I think it kind of opened my eyes to really listening to my voice
Mm-hmm.
and saying, but you have this choreography thing over here that you really want to do.
Yeah.
So I called, and who knows? He probably laughed. It was like, okay, little girl. Anyway, I went in and I said, I really want a chance. And he said, I'll give you 3 numbers, 3 songs.
Ooh.
And one of them happened to be their single, Because of You. And I locked in. And you know what I did? I did something really different.
What'd you do?
Something against the grain. Nobody was doing it, or at least at the time, at that moment, it was choreographed with mic stands. And I got really intricate.
Right.
And they still do it today because it's kind of like iconic choreo for
you
them.
kind of pulled back from like back in the day.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yes. So I feel
like, the older groups used to
yes,
do it. And so
exactly.
That's cute.
And just kind of went, I'm going to do this. And it was different.
Yeah.
To go into the room and say, let's try this. They were open to it.
Take us to the room.
God, I don't even remember.
Was it just you? And then you were you had a mic stand and you were.
So yes, when we initially did that, I had a mic stand and then they each had a mic stand. And there's a lot of like switching
you choreographed
back and forth
on them.
Yeah. I mean, I had some ideas.
Okay.
But, it's just
Got
it's
it.
like anything, you got to like see it on bodies.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the record label loved it. And so I stayed on and I'm still on and I still do all of that. But I think Labelless, which is I call my third child, that Drew and I both created, is like nothing else I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
It just from the birth of it, beginning to end, this entire process we're in now, headed back to Off-Broadway next year.
It's amazing.
I feel like it's everything.
Yeah.
It's every job, it's every show, it's everything I've learned along the way, and implementing it into Labelless is it's a dream.
It's a dream.
Yeah, it's a dream.
Speaking of which, you've choreographed and directed for projects that are deeply personal.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, working with 98 Degrees and creating something of your own, like Labelless.
Yeah.
How does it change the creative process when you're so personally connected to people and the vision?
Well, it makes it more intense, for sure.
Yeah.
I like to think that it makes it even better.
Right.
Because you care so deeply about it.
Mm-hmm.
Firm believer in that. And listen, you're going to take jobs that are jobs.
Yeah.
That's what we do, right? We have to make the money. We have to pay the bills. But the ones where you're connected to the people and you're connected to the message, you're connected to the stories, I think are the best.
Yeah.
I mean, there are sleepless nights, and it can get really stressful. But wow, at the end, on that other end, it's such a beautiful thing to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I gravitate towards projects like that too, and I immediately am like, I'm all in if I believe in it, and I like the people that I'm working with.
So important. You don't
So
want to work
important.
with someone that's going to make the day long.
Can we also share that you are part of the creative team on Labelless as well?
Like, if you must.
Which I feel like, that's what I mean. It's like, that's what makes it so joyful.
Yeah.
Is it's like, we love the cast. We love our creative team. And the fact that I get to work with you on it. And
it's a dream come true.
It's a dream come true.
See? Yeah.
It's a dream come true. No, I mean, there's nothing like that when you're working with your friends,
right.
And everybody can lift each other up. Or I can look at you and be like, I'm so tired, and then you're like, girl, we gotta get a Diet Coke or whatever it is, whatever it is. I don't know. That's what life's all about, right? If you can find those moments of joy with your friends and your family, we gotta lean into that more. I think as a society,
I always say that nothing beats like that working with friends and then also getting paid to do what you love.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's nothing better than that.
Yes.
I love it.
It's incredible. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, all that. I know people say it and it's redundant, but it is true. It makes a difference.
Yeah. you've been in leadership roles for decades now.
Hmm.
How would you describe your leadership style, and has it evolved
Oh, wow.
over time?
Oh, okay. This is a good question.
Oh, thank you.
From the very beginning, I think I was taught to really kind of, take control of the room,
Mm-hmm.
be very direct, very specific, with your note giving, with your directions.
Right. So and when you say that, are you talking about, because you know how sometimes they're like, you guys, and it's a general.
Well, you always
yeah,
say that.
yeah,
You're like,
like-
don't keep it general.
Right. Yeah.
Because the two in the back aren't getting it.
Well, also because
Well, you
some
don't know.
people, their personality is like, she's not talking to me. She's not talking to me.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so
Yeah.
Sally, I'm gonna need you to pull it together. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that through all of this, like if you go back, gosh, even like 15 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I think I was like, like came in, not angry, but a little bit more like, you're going to listen.
Because it was new and you're proving a
Yes,
point.
and you're proving a point. You're proving yourself. I think what's different now is that I have learned as I age that you can
But you're
get.
only 20.
I'm only 21. You can get what you want and be direct
Yes.
and lead
Mm-hmm.
and be a little lighter.
Right.
So, and I think it's healthier for me too.
But don't you think you're also catering to the new personalities of the talent? The pool of talent is a lot more sensitive than they were, back in the day. So it's
Yes.
you kind of have to
I can't wait till you have
tweak things.
other people on to share in this. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's
So-
different. It's a different time. I think we learn as creators now that, you do want to listen to everyone in the room. I think that is
Right.
important. I think that when we were younger, it was like, and it could be intense.
Yeah.
And so I think that is important. But then I also think, listen, firm believer, the leaders are the leaders. And there is, right?
Yeah.
And so we all want to get along and have a good time and have fun and be productive. But the leaders are the leaders. And, you have to follow
Yeah.
in that ranking.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's hard for some.
And we've all been in different roles. That's the thing.
Exactly. So it's not like we're trying to tell you something
No.
that we haven't experienced. Yeah.
Well, I think about it now when I go into a project and I'm not the producer or the director and I am choreographing, my role is different.
It's different.
So
So you still have to show them respect.
back up a little bit.
Exactly.
So I think, it's important.
Yeah. So every creative project comes with challenge. Maybe we need to take our shoes off for this one.
You want to take...
We're taking shoes off. We're going to get real comfy cozy. Okay.
I got a pedicure.
Okay. All right. I'm crossing.
Okay.
See, I have matching. My toes are matching. Okay. So
I'm going to point, so that's good.
Okay. Don't sickle that.
sickle your foot.
Don't sickle that foot.
'Kay.
Get
Okay.
it together. Okay. Every creative project comes with challenges, right? What?
Yeah.
What's one that taught you the most about resilience or problem solving?
Well, being a parent, you're
To two different kids with two different personalities.
two different
too.
personalities. Okay, well, I have like multiple answers for this too. This last March when we did the first Off-Broadway run of Labeless, my then 14-year-old son, I should say, not mine, was at home, was in Cincinnati
So you're traveling
for 3 weeks.
But
you know,
that's when
with family.
That's when community comes in.
And that's
you know
like
what I mean?
your tribe of people steps up, and we all know that. But there is a lot of there's mom guilt. There's no,
Yeah.
it's hard to get around that. So I do think that it was a lot of resilience through that process to be like, you're wearing 14 million different hats, and then you also are like checking in on your son and as the show is going on, and
yes.
we did order food one night for him. Like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, he hasn't eaten. He's how many miles away? So I think that's a constant balance, if you want to use that word.
Yeah.
In the creative process, touring Labeless, I guess it was almost 2 years ago now, was very eye-opening to Drew and I. Just, you know, we've lived so many years on the road. And so we like to think that Labeless is kind of like a combination of sorts of the concert world and the theatrical world.
Yeah.
So it brings both of those worlds together for us. And I like to think we have a lot of experience in that field. And so we knew, you know, what touring was like. Man, when you're producing a new show and you're trying to do it all, because financially that's what you have to do, especially at the beginning, was one of the hardest things Drew and I have ever done.
Yeah.
And even harder, let's be real, when you're married to the person that you're working with.
Yeah.
You know, Drew is loading and unloading the truck.
He does it
and I'm
all.
steaming the clothes, and then you know the cast would come in, and it's hard.
It's a lot.
The road is hard anyway. And so we look back on that and I'm like, whew, I'm like, if we made it through that,
we can make
it through anything.
Yes.
But that was and it's a lot of like, when you have a new project, it's, you got to have faith. You got to believe in yourself. You got to kind of drown out the nonsense.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane, I always like to say.
And also there's like a lot of haters in the game, you know.
100%. 100%.
So
I think
you have to zone them out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is not always easy.
It's not always easy. But yes. It's one of those things where, I mean, I always say, don't ever read the comments. Do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Don't read the comments.
Don't do
it. It's not even that I'm not okay with constructive criticism.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously you grow from that. But get out of the comments. They're bad.
Well, let's just give a shout out to Papa and Nan for their help.
We have amazing family and friends. I think moving back to Cincinnati, you know, gosh, it's really almost 20 years ago now. Where is 20 years ago? Was one of the best things we ever did.
Yeah. Okay, so
what else?
I know you've talked about how Labeless came to life like 1,000 times. So let's try to
You want me
switch
to
it
talk
up.
about that? Or switch it up.
We'll talk about that, but
Okay,
we'll also
okay.
tweak it a bit. I'm curious, what did you learn about yourself or discover during the creative journey that you didn't see coming? So you can talk a little bit about how it came to life and just like,
well,
what was there a surprise or anything?
I think ultimately, because Labeless really does deal with some things, right? That are heavy.
Heavy topics.
Heavy topics.
Yeah.
I think for me, probably up until that point, I was a little bit more guarded. I think I probably creatively, I don't want to say listen to the comments because we just said that, but like I was listening to these other voices instead of really listening to what I wanted to say, especially with my choreography.
Following your instincts.
Following the instincts. I think, I think that was surprising. That, well, I look back on it and I'm like, and I'm proud of the fact that I went, nope, I'm gonna do this. And I think along the way too, just like any new thing and any new project, you always also have the people in the industry that are like, well, you should do this, and then you should do this, and then you should change it to this. And so to say,
putting in their 2 cents.
No, we're not going to do that. We are going to actually talk about homophobia and racism on stage, and we're going to lean into that.
Yeah.
As opposed to listening to those people that are like, well, if you kind of go this way. So I think I always knew that I had the strength. You always hope that you have the strength. But I have done some things, speaking of that.
That surprise you?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you would have said that 10 years ago, I'd be like, whoa, like she said that. But, you know, I had someone on the phone a year and a half ago that actually said that. Well, we would love for you to bring the show in, but we'd like to take some sections out. And I just called her out.
Well, tell the audience a little bit about the show so they know what you're talking about.
Okay, so the show touches on everything from sexism, racism, homophobia, mental health, bullying, self-worth. And it was built to really kind of give well, initially voices to these younger artists.
Mm-hmm.
And now, of course, it's evolved into something even bigger.
And how
8
did
years
it
later.
start?
Started in a classroom, in a theater class. We had the students write down how they were not feeling seen or how they felt discriminated against anonymously on pieces of paper. We got home that night. Again, we
And
thought
it
it
was
would be an
kids of
exercise.
all nationalities, all.
Yes, all different areas in the greater Cincinnati area. We were teaching, I guess at that point, probably about 35 kids in that musical theater class.
Okay.
We went back to run the musical theater program at our performing arts high school once we moved back to Cincinnati. And we were blown away that these things were happening to them.
In this day and time,
yes, that people were, saying these racist things, and uncles were telling, their nieces, your place is in the kitchen. Pretty horrific stuff. And again, we did not set out to build a show. This was just going to be something that we dived into in the class, and many different things happened along the way in the next month or so, and we decided, no, we're gonna do this. And what started, can't believe this, 40 kids and is now 16 cast members. It evolves and it changes, and now there's original music in it.
And the songs are great.
The songs are great.
Yeah.
The songs are great.
Yeah.
Our
Of course, the
team is
choreography
great.
is fierce
I mean, the choreography is good too.
Oh, yeah.
All of it is good.
Yeah.
No, it's something, going back to what you're saying, when you're so emotionally attached to something creatively.
Yeah.
Labelist to me, it will change the world. It is changing the world. Yeah. So I think that's something really amazing to be a part of, is we're doing all these things that we love and we're passionate about doing, creating shows and choreography and directing. But we're really saying something with this piece.
Yeah.
And so I'm firm believer in, you can create a show that is incredibly entertaining. Right. And at the same time,
it has a strong message.
Yeah, it makes you feel, right? You're leaving that space, hopefully opening your eyes, having a little bit more empathy in the world.
Yeah. Empathy is key.
Empathy is a good thing.
So important.
Yes.
You and Drew are creative partners, but you each have your own strengths and stories. What's something that's uniquely yours, your creative vision or, your own approach, that you feel doesn't get told enough when people talk about your work together?
Well, what comes to mind is, I think a lot of people make assumptions, going back to, you're married to, a pop artist.
Yes.
And this is why you're here and this is why you're doing it. And so I do not that I stop people and say, but no, did you know this about me? But no, this has always been my passion. This has always been my calling. This is something that I trained, all through high school to do. And I moved to New York on a full ride to Marymount Manhattan for dance. So I guess the thing that I would want people to know is, well, I was doing this a long time ago, right? I was doing my own thing.
Drew spoke to that. He said how driven you were from even from when you were in school. So you always knew what you wanted to do.
Always.
Yeah.
I did. And then along the way, we've talked about this too, that there's multiple chapters, right, in your story. So after I had I actually started a baking business.
The salty Sullies were everything.
The pecan turtle bars with chocolate.
Yep.
And the Jake's cakes, the oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah.
So that was something that, I love to cook. I love to bake.
Yeah.
I love doing floral
And you did it with your
arrangements.
mom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And my brother.
Yeah. The family affair.
No, but see, I think all of those things along the way too, well, they make you who you are.
Yeah.
But they also, when we think of it in terms of being artistic and creating, they give me a whole other level to my creativity. Right?
Yeah.
I learned so much from that process. And then you also learn what you don't want to do along the way too when you try new things.
Yes.
So I think as scary as it is to jump into something new, because let's face it, we can be terrified by that. It's important to do.
Yeah.
to try new things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hope I answered that. Like
That was
I went a little all over the
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
but I think that and what sets us apart, like if you want to know that, like in a creative room, I am really, really involved in the movement of things, the breath of things. I want the audience to lean forward in their seats and feel each moment. But I think we work well together.
Yeah.
Because we really kind of both have our areas of expertise, and then we have a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah, which is important.
You got to have respect. But we would be lying.
Some friction sometimes.
I mean, sometimes. I mean, yes, it's gonna happen. Let's not act like it's perfect.
That's like when couples say, "Oh, we never argue." But like, so then someone is
come
like,
on, somebody
lying
lying
to the other one.
Yeah. I also think that that's like it's a healthy thing.
Yes.
Like you're not supposed to agree all the time.
Always agree. Yeah.
Yeah, that's healthy.
Right.
I
That's
think,
not reality. I mean, I'm not saying fight every day.
Right.
But you're going to have disputes. It's just life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
Okay. So as someone who often works behind the scenes, can you walk us through like a day of directing or choreographing?
It's my favorite thing.
What does it look like? What's the reality versus what people imagine?
Well, it's not as glamorous as people think. That's for sure. Like the road, let's just talk about that. The road is not glamorous. Everybody thinks like, oh my gosh, what are you saying at the Ritz and you're at the spa before the show? I'm like, what are you talking about? You're rolling off the bus and like, eating, like trying to fit that in. A day in the theater, like right now, as I get older, I like to stay very hydrated. Yes. So I can only have 1 cup of coffee. Okay. I make sure that I eat something really balanced, high in protein. Mm-hmm. My favorite thing is to sit in the theater and kind of just what I call like tweak things, right? So I'm a stickler for transitions on the stage. It's one of my favorite things is to sit there and you kind of know. Yeah. You kind of know like what works and what doesn't work. So typical day is, you go in and you're clearly rehearsing the cast. I'm sure they get sick of my voice. On the mic.
Come again.
She's coming in again. Oh God.
And
she said it again. That means, well, if I give a note a second or third time.
Yeah.
It's very
then
funny
you're like,
now.
let me take my earrings off.
Yeah. And they're like, or I can tell you, the cast was just in Dallas at the end of June. And sorry, Abby. Poor Abby. We love her. So they're on stage and I think we were doing Diana's song for Bullying, Cheap Seats. Amazing song, by the way, written by Lea Lachey.
Yes.
And I kept saying, I was giving him a chance and I said, no. And then all of a sudden they see me.
Yes.
And I saw them all go.
Yes.
And that's the thing. Like I will get up on stage.
Right.
And they know this. Mm-hmm. And I will show you what it is supposed to be.
Yes.
And then what are they going to say?
They can't even get mad at that.
They can't get mad at it. And so then it was walk, ho. I can't remember what it was. It was like some sort of pull out on the stage. But like breathe, I was like a breath on the stage. And Abby goes, got it.
She knew you were talking to her.
She said, I got it. Yep.
But I love that.
Me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're great.
Like we said earlier, some people are like, oh, she's not talking to me.
Yeah. She said, I see that it was me. I said, yeah, girl.
Yes.
But it wasn't just her. There were some other things too. So I had to go up there.
Yeah.
Earrings had to come off. Flick the shoes off.
Right.
Let's go.
Let's talk about Abby for a second.
Let's talk about Abby.
Abby's going to be like, how the heck am I on that?
How is Abby on this?
Because now, obviously, she was a student in the camp.
Mm-hmm. One of our first.
One of the first, yes. And she, Labelless was going on for a minute.
Yeah.
And she would always come and she was like, I want to be in this show.
She did.
But you never cast her, not because she wasn't talented.
No.
It's all about timing.
It was all about timing.
And, And, obviously it is about who you know, but it's also about timing and being ready when you're called.
Yes. And she was
But
ready.
how many years did she wait before she was actually invited to be? She's probably
Abby, just this
500 years.
I was sitting. I mean, well, she kind of came on the scene and helped us during that touring section, which we were just like, Abby and I have a little bit of PTSD from that. Just did it all, honey. Booked hotels, selling ticket, all of it.
So that was behind the scenes.
She had her hands in it a little bit.
She wanted to be on stage.
She wanted to be on stage.
She helped with social a little bit too. No,
a little bit, yeah. Yeah. So I maybe she was probably like, around the whole time, clearly, because we adore her. But I'd say maybe like 3 years.
Yeah.
That she was around. Yeah.
She stuck it out and she was ready when the call came.
I think that's another really cool thing about Labeless is people want to be in it. Mm-hmm. And especially now that people are like hearing about the buzz, it's because it speaks to them. Yeah. It's something new and exciting that these performers can be a part of. And I think it's exciting and new and fresh. And Abby, we love you.
Yeah, she's great. And so with leadership, is there any advice or any lessons that you would share about being in this leadership role for anybody who's thinking about moving?
I would say, especially because this kind of the young adults make up the cast of Labeless, so I can say this, and this is the advice that I give. You can't take things personally. Mm-hmm. And I think that when you're in your 20s, because I was guilty of it too, you're going to go back to that hotel room or you're going to go back home after rehearsal and you're going to replay that over and over again. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it's literally just giving direction and being specific. Yeah. So the best advice, I give advice on things that I've done. Right. And so when I'm looking at our assistants and our dance captains, it's all right. Some days are going to suck. Yeah. They're going to suck. But you're going to power through.
And it's how you handle it.
And it's how you handle it. And I think that I think your tone also comes into play. Yeah. If you can speak, again, going back to you're respecting everyone in the room. Mm-hmm. So I think the best leaders listen first. Yeah. I think that they are able to kind of step back at times and really see what's going on in the room. I can tell right away, just because I've been doing this a long time, when someone is not having a good day. Right. I think the best way to do that is to ease up a little bit. Mm-hmm. If it continues, obviously you have to address it. But if you ease up a little bit, give them the space to just kind of collect themselves, and then check in on them on a break. Yeah. So I think you got to be aware of that, but. These younger, which will now, are going to be our new leaders, you got to have thick skin. And then you also have to kind of let it roll off your back a little bit, which is easier when you get older.
Yeah. And leadership is hard because, and it's really hard in something that's like, we have to get it up and running right away. Yeah. When you're dealing with so many different personalities, because you do have to tweak your approach
constantly,
depending on the person.
Constantly. Yeah. And then think about it. We've got 16 different personalities in that cast. And then one person can have a crappy day. Mm-hmm. Usually, and I like to say this doesn't happen. But in the past, people would come in and that one person, right, it can kind of throw the room off.
And it depends on who it is. Because if they need attention, they're going to they're going to pull it from everybody else. Yeah.
And then there's also just the world affects things, right? So it's you could come in and something, who knows, could happen, and personal things, and so you have to really be aware of that at all times in any leadership role.
Yeah. Over the course of your career, has there been a breakthrough moment, a turning point where you knew you were exactly where you were meant to be?
Labeless. And it was, I've had a couple moments, and we're just talking creatively, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, you can do both. creative.
Well, I'm
and
exactly
personal.
where I need to be. I do have to say this.
You're
with
supposed
my
to be on
children.
this couch.
Right. Right now, I'm supposed to be on this couch, but I'm exactly where I need to be in my place with my kids. I always wanted to have kids, and I wanted to have a family, and I hold that
And you guys
near
have
and dear.
great relationships. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I believe in
Yeah.
in communication, and there goes that too.
Yeah.
In your so-called parental leadership role,
Yeah.
you have to listen, especially as they get older. You know, I mean, you still have to parent,
Yeah.
but you have to listen.
Yeah.
So there's that. So I know I'm in the right place with that. With my marriage, I feel really fortunate that I'm with someone that listens and lifts
He's
me up.
okay.
I mean, I've been with him for 600 years.
You can keep him.
I'll keep him. I'll keep him around.
Yeah.
And then creatively labelist. In March when we did that run, it was an aha
It was a good run.
moment to see the reaction of everyone and to finally get that recognition from people when you work so hard on something is gratifying and amazing.
Yeah. And there was one night when you had like all educators in the audience because they knew how important
this
was for kids even at the young age, especially when you're covering things like bullying and all that stuff.
Get your teach on. Did a whole show, bought out a whole show for teachers from all over the country. And again, we're going back to like what the show speaks. It speaks to so many people.
Yes.
And then we were lucky enough to go to Dallas, and the show performed in front of 7,000 people. So that was another aha moment.
7,000 educators.
7,000 educators from all over the world.
I love it.
Actually. And I looked at Drew. That was another aha moment.
Yeah.
I looked at Drew. They were 3 numbers in, and I just, you well up because you're just so proud. And I said, they're invincible. We have put them in so many scenarios
they can
that
do whatever they want.
They knock it out of the park every time. And then there was huge confetti cannons, and I actually just blew this picture up, and I have it hanging in the studio now because there was so much joy and so much love in the room. And the faces of the cast too, that you have to remember, a lot of them have been with the show for years.
Yeah.
To get that recognition and to be stepping forward and into that space.
People were like going up to them afterwards. And
my God, it was so cool. I love being on that side.
You must have been grinning from ear to ear.
Ear to ear.
Yeah.
Drew and I say all the time, like, we have done so many wonderful things and have met so many incredible people along the way that are family. I mean, your family. And you want that for them too. I want them to like go to Asia like we did and have all those stories and those pictures and
of me throwing up on the plane. But
okay, we don't have to tell that. When I dared you to eat the food, and then she did, and then
dared
she
me
threw
to
up.
eat the green, was it Jello?
Jello, but how did that make you sick?
I don't know. Maybe you put poison in there.
Maybe I did.
My
Little
life
elixir.
insurance. I don't know what's going on. So you have worn so many hats, right? Performer, choreographer, director, co-creator. You be producing and stuff. Business owner. Okay. What's your best advice for dancers and creatives who want to step into the leadership roles? Like what?
Take
kind of
every
like went
job.
over that with,
Take every job. Every opportunity in a safe way, clearly. Not everything.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier too, you and I, about, you want as many tools in your tool belt that you can reference along the way.
Yes.
So experience everything. Put yourself in different situations. Be a sponge. Grow. Evolve. I say that constantly when I'm teaching, which we haven't even really talked about that. But on the weekly, I teach 2-3 classes a week. And I really think that's another way that I kind of balance myself, because it puts me back to the very beginning. I'm in the room with artists that are just starting. And I say all the time, I'm like, it is okay to fall out of the turn. It is okay to mess up. This is where you want to mess up.
Yeah.
Because you want to know where those boundaries are for you. And that goes through everything, not just dance steps.
Yeah.
But how you're going to approach an audition, how you're going to, put your best foot forward in an audition or an interview.
How you conduct yourself when you're in the
Yes.
room.
And how you recover, I think, says more about you.
And also, you have to get used to the rejection because
Yes.
in this field, like no,
It's not fun. It's
20
not
million
fun.
no's before you get a yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So then that could, for some people, if you're not strong enough, that could be really hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you just gotta, you gotta put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You have to try 20 million different ththings.
Okay, so we're coming to the end.
Oh my gosh.
That went by quickly.
They were not a social media person.
Yes. Inspired.
Inspired.
So I'm going to go into the quote, but is there anything that is there anything I missed that you want to cover or anything like that?
Just how proud I am of you.
Oh,
I won't make you cry like
No.
Drew. But I do think that you listen to your gut a lot, and I learn so much from you. I mean, we stay on the phone sometimes for 2 hours.
at least.
Well, because we have to talk about everything.
Update.
We have to update.
Update.
Weekly
Yes.
update. No, but I'm proud of you for doing you,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah.
And not following. Like when you talked about this podcast, I was like, oh my gosh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you have a ton of personality.
I mean, a lot of people have
You're
podcasts, but
no, you're different. We're going all the way. No, I think it's another chapter.
Thank you.
And I am excited to be part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. So you know that we end each episode with a quote, right? What's a piece of wisdom, whether it's a quote or something someone told you or something you've learned that has been your North Star through all the different phases of your career or your life? It doesn't have to be business. It could be something personal.
I had another quote in mind, and then the more I think about it, just kind of wrapping this all up and where I am right now, being present.
Yeah.
It's the quote from Maya Angelou.
Okay.
When people show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah.
And I think she also said, right now.
Right.
There is like 2 words then where it's like, or the first time, that's what she says. Believe them the first time. I think it goes both ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know who's really in your corner.
Yeah.
And so I think those are just really good words to live by.
Yeah.
Because you really don't want to surround yourself with people that are
Don't have
toxic
your best interest. Yeah.
or don't. Yeah. And okay, the other thing that I love, and I wasn't even thinking about this until right now, so this is totally organic. What you say, there's enough
What do I
room.
say? What do I
Well,
say?
Tracy Swain has a quote. Well, you always
God.
say, and you always remind me of this, like there's enough to go around. There's enough for everyone.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's my quote.
Oh,
Tracy Swain. Because I think that is important because people get caught up.
Mm-hmm.
This person has this, they have this. And before you know it, you're so fixated on somebody else instead of your own path.
Mm-hmm.
So there's enough to go around for everybody.
Yeah.
Relax.
I just got quoted, you guys.
You got quoted with Maya Angelou.
Oh, so like Miss Honey, I'm in good company.
Yeah, that's good company.
Yes, I love it. All right. So nothing else you want to share?
No, I think I'm
Okay.
good. I feel good.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Thank you so much for being here. And
Thank you.
you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
for hanging. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And thank you guys for being here. Keep breaking through because we are just getting started.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it.